The men's Olympic 100-meter final is officially over, and by this point, you probably already know the man who won. Noah Lyles is officially the fastest man in the world. Of course, we've been calling him that for a while. He even says it himself. But this moment, running at the Olympics, in the final race, the one race that he actually needed to run, proves it. To be honest, he didn't look the best during the heats, and he didn't look the best during the semifinal. He actually didn't win either of those races. And after watching that display, I can't be the only one who doubted whether he would pull it off. Don't get me wrong, he was my pick to become the Olympic champion, and I've got the receipts to prove it. But I also gave the reason why. Because he has been the fastest, the most consistently, over the course of the past 2 years. Believe it or not, this Olympic 100 final was the closest that we've seen for the past 2 decades, because 400th of a second separated 4th place from 1st place, exactly like it did back then. And coincidentally, 2004 is also the last time that an American man won gold at the Olympics. Shout out to Kishane Thompson for holding on to get the silver medal. I'm sure that's not the color that he wanted, but he was 5,000th of a second from getting gold. But remember, it doesn't matter whether you win by an inch or by a mile. A win is a win, and Noah Lyles is proof of that. And you can't forget America's Fred Kerley for getting up to get the bronze medal. He was the Olympic silver medalist back in 2021, and then he became the world champion in 2022. What I'm trying to say is this is what he does, and now he has another medal to add to his collection. And because of 1 more hundredth of a second is the only reason that Kishane Thompson of South Africa does not have an Olympic medal right now. But he's been running fast for the better part of the past decade, even if he doesn't have all the medals to show for it. But he does have a new national record. But this video is all about Noah Lyles, the same man who said coming into this Olympics that he expected to leave it with 4 gold medals. But I knew the 100-meter dash would be the hardest one for him to get. And now that he has gone back-to-back as the world champion and the Olympic champion in the 100, it's time that we recognize who we're actually dealing with. Because Noah Lyles is the fastest man in the world, whether or not you like it and whether or not you realize it. Because Usain Bolt ain't coming back. Noah Lyles is who we have now. Because ever since he first started taking the 100-meter dash seriously, nobody else in the world has figured out how to beat him, specifically in the one race that they actually have to do it, which is always the 100-meter final. I know he doesn't have the world records, although he still has it on his mind, but he has been the best sprinter this side of Usain Bolt for the better part of the past decade, and trust me, I've got the receipts to prove it. I am not saying that he's exactly the same as Usain Bolt, that would be crazy, but what I am saying is that there's a legitimate reason why he's starting to get a lot of the same results, specifically on the medal count. But if you're new here, I want to say thank you for even making it this far into the video. And I'm Coach Rob, the founder of SCArecruiting.com, where I rank the best track and field recruits across the entire nation. And if anything that I say actually connects with you, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe. But if I don't, just let me know in the comment section, because I try to read them all. Believe it or not, Noah Lyles first introduced himself to the track and field world at the Olympic trials back in 2016. But the only reason he didn't make the team is because he finished 4th in the 200-meter dash. And by the way, I totally left out this part, that he was a high school senior at that moment. He technically qualified for the American relay pool in the 4x1, although he didn't actually compete in the games. And immediately after that moment, he chose to turn pro and never looked back after it. There's a whole lot that I could say about his career from then until now, but I'm going to choose to point your attention to some things that you might have missed. Because Noah Lyles just won the 100-meter dash at the Olympics, and people have been saying that he's not really a 100-meter runner. And I'm going to call cap on the whole thing, and I'm going to explain why. All the way back in 2016, Noah Lyles ran at the World Junior Championship and won the gold medal in guess what event? The 100-meter dash. And in 2018, he became the American champion in that same event. If you are still not convinced, then trust me, I'm just getting started. Because in 2019, he became the Diamond League champion, which is the professional track and field league that everybody recognizes as the best. But that was in the 100-meter dash. If you notice, I'm not saying anything about his 200-meter accomplishments. We are only focusing on the 100 right now. He came back to the Olympic trials in 2021, competing in both the 100 and the 200-meter dash. But he only made Team USA for the latter. And you could argue that is probably the biggest blemish on his 100-meter career. Thing about Noah Lyles, if you've ever actually watched him sprint, specifically in the 100-meter dash, if he doesn't win the first half of the race almost ever. But in the second half, he has better top-end speed than almost anybody else in the world. And according to him, the 200-meter dash has always been his focus. He actually refers to it as his wife, and that the 100 is his mistress. If that is true, and in 2023, he decided to take the 100 seriously, we should have expected to see improvement in that event. And that is exactly what we got, because in 2023, he won the World Championship in 9.83 seconds, which regardless of how you feel about that time on the clock, thanks to what Usain Bolt has done, it was still the fastest time recorded in the world that year. And for that reason, coming into 2024, he was already the favorite to win the Olympic gold medal. The only thing that could happen is he could fail to win. But that was before Kishane Thompson proved to the world that he had 9.7 speed. For that matter, it's also before Ferdinand Omanyala proved that he could do it more than once. And I tend to believe that the narrative that Noah Lyles is not a true 100-meter runner is only created because people are so focused on the clock. Noah Lyles came into 2024 running 9.83 seconds, when legal as his personal best. He basically ran that exact same time at the Olympic trials this year, and then ran 9.81 seconds at a pro race before the Olympics. What I'm trying to say is that Noah Lyles isn't just fast, he is also consistent. Because remember, in track and field, you can't just run fast. You have to be able to do it in the one race that you actually need to run when the entire world is watching. We should have known that the 100-meter field for this Olympics was going to be close. But we also should have known that Noah Lyles had just as good a shot as anyone to come out on top during the race. What I said before it happened, and remember, I've got the receipts to prove it, is that the only way you're going to win gold ahead of him is you're going to have to run 9.7 something. The truth is, almost nobody else in the world can pull that off. And in the Olympic 100-meter final, only Kishane Thompson did it. The only problem is, he ran the same time, 9.79 seconds, and Noah got him on the thousands. I know that you want to see fast times, and I want to see them too. But track and field is a sport where we hand out gold medals to the winners. And Noah Lyles is a winner. In fact, he's always been like that. That's even when he wasn't taking the 100-meter dash all that seriously. But when you win the Olympics in the 100-meter dash, specifically after you told everybody you were going to do it, and you come into that event as the reigning world champion, you are officially the fastest man in the world. World record or not, he is the best sprinter we've ever seen since Usain Bolt. And now, he has the one medal that matters most to back it up. And to be real with you, I don't know which sight is scarier, to watch Usain Bolt run away from you while you're giving everything you've got, or to watch Noah Lyles sneak past you at the line while you're still doing the same thing. Because this is the sport of track and field, where unfortunately to most fans, if you are not in first, then you're last, and that's that. SCA track and field gear is here. Fast is a lifestyle, and what you wear should reflect that. Order yours at scarecruiting.com/shop, or use the link in the description below. It's a huge support to me and this channel, so I can continue to make you more content like this. And remember, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe.